Begin transmission.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see everybody. I know my camera is probably going herky jerky right now. I'm probably going to have to reboot it in just a second. Hang on. Ain't nobody watching but you, Bjorn, so it don't really matter. And I'm going to do this. And let's go ahead and reboot that camera. You can come on anytime you want there, Largo. Do this camera. Hang on just a second. All right, let's see if that stopped that shit. There we go. Does that look a little better there, Largo?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, that's better. I don't know what causes that. I think it's the connection to the laptop. Maybe, I don't know. Real quick before we get started, ain't nobody in but Bjorn. Hey, Bjorn, good to see you, man. Glad you showed up. This is impromptu. Nobody expected me to do shit this week, and I understand that. If you watch this, you're probably going to end up watching it on replay, but that's okay. Let me do a quick shout out though. I'm going to shout these Patreons out. You, Largo, thank you, sir. Brian Head, Jim, Pope, Will McLaughlin, Masters Maniac Mexico, and that's me, Rolo. And of course, you, Bjorn Jorgensen, down there in the chat. Thank you so much for helping me keep the lights on here. And back to this. And I got Largo here with me. We're going to get ready to unbox some stuff and check it out.
Sounds good.
And let's try this new overlay that I made and see what you think. I think I got it right here. There we go. How's that look, Largo?
Fancy.
Yeah. I'm thinking about sending you an overlay that you can overlay over yourself using OBS, kind of like I do when I do this, and see what you think about that. You are using OBS, aren't you?
No, sir. Never used it, but I can certainly download it if I need to.
Yeah, you can do
straight through StreamYard here.
Yeah, you use OBS as your virtual webcam, and basically it allows you to put all kinds of overlays and cool stuff over your picture before before it even goes over to StreamYard, and that's what JPR is using. He's using mainly OBS, but were you on there last night when he came on for his Three Amigos Tuesday night deal?
Yeah, I was in there for a little bit.
I actually super chatted him so he would answer me, but I asked him directly. I said, "What are you using to have your guests on? Because it's obviously not StreamYards." And his
Right.
answer to me was that he couldn't find anything that he wanted that would work right. So he wrote his own program.
Oh, wow.
So that that that's kind of interesting that he did that.
Well, it
Uh,
makes sense why his guest layout is different than what we've seen from other folks because it's
yeah,
tough.
it's vastly different, and as he changes scenes in OBS, it changes his guest layout. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that he's got that set up separately from OBS, whatever he's using to bring them in. And pretty much what it looks like is he's bringing them in as separate cams.
Okay.
So somehow they're coming in as separate cameras. So I don't know how that's working. I'm sure I'm freezing up and not doing very well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the toy cam and see how toy cam looks. Let's see if we got we got pretty it's pretty live over there at the toy cams. Am I getting some? Yeah, I think I am. Let me take that off. Is this better? Are you hearing any echoes?
No echoes. Picture looks good.
Okay, cool. All right. The first thing I got in this week, Largo, was Trap Jaw. Now, the question is, should I just open that like I normally do, or should I open it in a special way so that it could be repackaged?
Well, I guess it depends on what you've got going on for storage. Is there anything special about that card back you're going to want to keep, or?
Not necessarily. About the only thing I want to keep off of these card backs is this art up here at the top.
Hmm.
We'll take a look at that real quick. It says the original interdimensional cyborg is literally a walking weapon of mass destruction. We got the cross cell there with Digitino, King Randor, Whiplash, and Trapjaw. And it shows you how to play with them plug, laser gun, hook, or pincers into arm. And
Hmm.
it says open and close jaw for biting action.
Now, which flavor of Trap Jaw is this? Is this from a mini comic, or is this? I
This
don't.
is the first appearance of Trapjaw in the mini comic. He kind of sort of looked like this. And what's interesting is the that particular mini comic, his origin story is different from what it later became. Are you aware of that, Largo?
I knew that there had been some differences because he was a lot scarier in some of the earlier appearances. He became a little bit more of a sidekick joke in the filmation and other stories.
That's true. In the original mini comic appearance, Skeletor, in order to gain entrance into Castle Grayskull, has used his magic to create a portal to another dimension that sits side by side with Eternium. So all
Hmm.
he has to do is walk ever how many paces in the other dimension into Castle Grayskull, then open another portal, and then he's in Castle Grayskull.
That's sneaky.
Yeah, that is sneaky. And what's interesting about that, of course, it will only work once, so he will never be able to do this, but just that one time. So when he enters the other dimension, uh, there are, I guess, some cops that are after a fugitive, and that fugitive is coming down a zip line, and that fugitive is Trapjaw.
Huh.
And Skeletor is knocked back out of the dimension that the portal that he created to enter the dimension. So he's just outside of Castle Grayskull, and Trapjaw is inside Castle Grayskull. So when the jaw bridge opens, Trapjaw comes out with all the powers that Castle Grayskull have given him.
Ooh. So he
And
is.
in order to defeat him, He-Man and Skeletor have to join forces in order to defeat Trapjaw. And once Trapjaw is defeated, of course Skeletor drags him off to become another goon. But so we see that Trapjaw was like it says on the back of the card back here. He was an interdimensional cyborg. He was from another dimension.
Now he's
And
not from the dimension that Skeletor comes from. He's from a different dimension.
that's correct.
Okay.
Now, later on, and I think that this was shown in maybe the 2000 X series, we get the idea that originally Trapjaw was named Cronus before he had his arm ripped off and his jaw ripped off.
Right. And he was working with a fellow named Keldor who became Skeletor.
Correct. And then after he had his arm and jaw ripped off, and I don't know the exact part of that story because that doesn't jibe with what I believe. Anyway, Keldor put the cyborg enhancements on him and made him into Trapjaw, and that's why we got that blue awful Keldor. Cronus figure with Keldor in the 2-pack that was a Target exclusive, the Rise of Evil.
Right.
And of course, Grindhead Jim and I both agreed that the Cronus figure was probably one of the most awful figures that they've done so far in the line. And I showed everyone how to get a Stone Cold Steve Austin figure from the Masters of the WWE Universe and swap parts so that you can make Cronus into a proto Trapjaw that looks more reasonable.
Okay.
But anyway,
this is sort of an overpowered version of Trapjaw when he first appears in Eternia.
Correct, and of course the coloring there on him is going to match the coloring that was in that original mini comic, kind of like a mini comic Triclops. You remember he came out with those brighter colors,
right,
to match the artwork in the comic. And I kind of suspect that maybe some of this artwork was based upon prototype designs and it was changed later, but the artwork had already been created. But I'm just going to go ahead and rip into the package here. I mean, it's not like I want to say anything but that top part of the card. So I'm going to just get down in here. And the first thing I'm going to pull out is the mini comic. Now, this mini comic, if I'm not mistaken, was also with King Randor. And let me take the overlays off the screen so you can see. There we go. And I'm going to take the overlay of us off the screen as well. Where is that at? Yeah, Largo and let's hide that. All right, so with everything hidden, let's take a look here at the mini comic. Now, the King Randor mini comic, I had no words in it, so I couldn't. Let me get the toy cam back up. You're not looking at what I'm looking at anyway. There we go. Now, toy cam. Oh, toy cam with no overlays. Where are the overlays at? Let's take the StreamYard chat and hide that. There we go. Now, that's better. All right. So we didn't have any words in King Randor's mini comic, so we kind of guessed at what the storyline was going to be. But this is the U.S. version, so it's got words in it. So we'll read it out here a little bit. The two greatest minds of two different worlds, Digitino of Trifexa and Man-at-Arms of Eternia, use their combined ingenuity to create the greatest invention either planet has ever seen. A paradimensional portal? Yes, King Randor, a bridge connecting our two worlds together. It wouldn't have been possible without Digitino. What the? Boom! Earthquake! That's no earthquake. We're under attack. King Randor, surrender the paradimensional portal or we destroy the city and take it away. He-Man and Sun-Man can't save you, Skeletor. Skeletor made sure they'd be busy. On my left, Man-at-Arms. Yes, my liege. One Roton could bring the whole city down. We're flanked by hundreds. Fortunately, Digitino's mind of 100,000 computers calculated for such an event. 100,000 computers, Largo. That's a lot of computers, man.
Yes, sir. I like the way they've merged the Sunman mythos with Motu in these new comics.
Get these electromagnetic disruptors to the soldiers. They're calibrated specifically for the Roton circuitry. I'm not going to read all of this, but you get the job here. Pretty much,
Yeah.
Digitino's fixing to whoop ass, and that's kind of the way it goes. So there's the comic, and let's pull out Trap Jaw.
Kind of nice to give King Randor a more active role.
Yeah, King Randor is a fighting king, in my opinion. Let's see what's holding him in, if anything. I'm sure there's something. Well, all of his little weapons fell out. Oh, let me look on the floor and get them real quick. There we go. His laser gun and his hook and his claw.
He definitely went with a very bright color. Was he that bright in the original mini comic?
Pretty much was. And his arm stayed stuck in the pack here, so let's pull that out and pop it in place. And let's see if he's got some articulation there in his arm.
Bjorn says he has a mega construct version of this figure.
Okay.
I guess in the building sets they did some of these variant colors as well.
Yeah, they did. And I'm putting his attachments here onto his belt. And there we go. We got Trap Jaw. Let's see how his jaw works. Okay, that's cool. All right. Now,
It's nice they put some jaw articulation there.
Get down in there where we can see him a little better. There we go. Now, I'm going to see if I can't pull up something real quick to kind of go along with this. Let's see. The Menace of Trap Jaw.
Now, Bill, do you have any of your other Trap Jaw figures handy so we can see a comparison?
Yes, I'm going to bring those out in just a second there, Largo. Good call. Okay. Let's see. Pull this up here. All right, do that. And down here. And
so this is the fellow you were telling me about earlier was Donald Glut was the one that did a lot of the writing.
Yeah, that's an email interview with him. Let me see where that. I've got several different browser screens on here. I'm going to shut those off and start another one. So add source, browser.
Oh, looks like Rolo just popped in. Hey, Rolo.
Yeah. Actually, what I don't want to do that. I want to add window capture. Maybe. Let's see how that works.
Johnny Sorensen says hello.
Hello there. And I'm going to have to resize this just a little bit. And let's see if we can see that on screen there, Largo. How's that look? Can you see Trap Jaw there?
Sure can.
And that kind of matches the colors a little bit.
Now, about what year was this, Bill?
1982, 83. It was in the second wave of figures, so I want to say 1983, maybe. Because Trap Jaw was one of the second wave of figures that came out along with Ram Man and Triclops.
Oh, okay.
But if we look right there. His belt doesn't match. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So
Also, his trunks and his helmet look to be more purple.
yeah, they're kind of a deep burgundy here on the trap jaw figure that we have here. But other than that, about everything matches except for about the belt, maybe. And
Mm-hmm.
even his drawers there have stripes on them, just like they did in the comic. If we actually looked in the pages of the comics, he had stripedy drawers. You can't tell from this picture here, but
Huh.
his little furry underwear was stripy. So going back to the toy cam here. Uh, let's see. We got the toy cam up on screen now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find my mouse. There we go. All right, so
Yeah, this belt's a lot bigger, but it's a similar insignia on it.
right, so the nice thing about this belt is it's got the little places to hang his extra arms. But what I have here, and this comes from our friend at Talos Dream Shop, is a belt.
Oh, okay.
It's a mini comic.
So they did get the stripes right. You can see them better with that slimmer belt.
Mm-hmm. So now he's got a belt that more closely matches the mini comic there. And of course, along with the mini comic, he also included this instructional sheet to show you what all's removable and swappable on the body. You can take his boots off, you can take his arms off, you can take his head off, and you can waist loose.
Well, that's kind of standard with these Motu Origins now, isn't it?
Yeah, all of them pretty much have this ability to mix and match, which is a good thing because we can do a lot of customizing. You've seen me do a little bit of that myself,
Right.
kind of like you do with your Valaverse figures.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll put Trapjaw back here next to Point Dread. And we'll put his original belt over here beside him. And this mini comic over to the side. What I'm most excited about is what I'm going to open right now. It just came in the mail today, and it's part of the reason why I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this little midweek stream here. I've got this big old box down here on the floor, and I'm going to open it, but I'm not going to show it on camera because it's got someone's address on it, and that would be a naughty thing to show that on a live stream, I would think.
Fair enough.
All right. Get through all this packing tape that holds it shut. Yeah, the guy that sent me this, he originally took it to the post office thinking that he was going to get about $20 to ship it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And when they weighed it out and the size of the package that he originally had it in, it was 80.
Wow.
And that was as much as I paid for it. So I said, well, maybe we can't do the deal. And he goes, no. He said, I'm going to repack it, and and if it costs too much, I'll just eat it. And so he repacked it, and he repacked it with some styrofoam foam rubber. This is foam rubber.
Huh. Well, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this guy, and he's got bubble wrap in here, and he is a kind gentleman. There are no packing peanuts at all to be seen. So
Yeah, we're not big fans of the packing peanuts, that's for sure.
no. All right, let's see here. Let's see how much of this is intact. All right, I got to get this bubble wrap off. I figure out where it begins at. Here it is. All right. There we go. We've got a little bit on the inside as well. All right. Ooh, okay. That opens vastly different from what we're used to seeing on Castle Grayskull. It has these clips on either side. Let's get this sucker open and see what we have in here.
Hello to Wilhelm Toy and Hobby. He dropped in.
Hey, Will, how's it going, man? I'm kind of working on my Grace, my new Snake Mountain here. Let's see. How does that work? That's our trap door. So I do have a trap door in it. The net is intact. That's something I did not think was going to be intact. So
Looks like it was well taken care of. Whoever's had it all these years.
Yes, it is. I'm going to have to work on the net later. I want to attach that properly, but here's the net. It's got both of the net holders that hold it in. So that's one thing that I did not think was going to be in there. Here is the snake.
Greetings to Screw Your Feelings. Nice to see you in the chat.
Hey, thanks for showing up there. Screw Your Feelings. We're putting together Snake Mountain here. Let's pull that chat back up on the screen where we can see it there.
Mm-hmm. Your snake looks like he's in pretty good shape too.
He does, and if I can figure out how it fits in place up here, it's a little place here for him to go. And let's see if I can get it in there. It goes in right here. Let's see if I can get that to go in place.
So it just kind of snaps in there and then swings around as you open and close the mountain.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see if I can. First, I got to get it in place. If I can figure out how it goes. I think it kind of goes like this, but maybe not. Maybe it goes like this. That's not right. Huh. All right, now I'm getting confused. That ain't right. Maybe like this.
Yeah, that would kind of make sense. Looks like it has that little indent there for the piece to go into.
But it don't. So I'm confused still. And here's the door. It's got the I guess that's a wolf symbol on it. It goes like this. And over here is some more bubble wrap, and that's wrapping up this microphone.
And that was a unique feature for Snake Mountain, was the microphone.
Yeah, there we go. So it kind of just sits like this. And this lever here opens and closes the mouth on the outside. And as O2 Joneser said, in Castle Grayskull, the party was on the inside, but on Snake Mountain, the party was on the outside because there's not much going on the inside of Snake Mountain, as you can see.
Right.
It's a little dirty. I'm going to have to clean this bad boy up, but the stickers are all intact.
That's good.
So that's a good thing. I need to get this, get into this
It's a battery
cover.
box.
Yeah, the battery box. There's a cover over here. This is the I guess the electronics inside here that work the microphone. I need to check that out later and see how that
Bill
works.
Rollo has a good question here. He's wondering what the wolf motif is all about with Snake Mountain. He said he doesn't remember anything in the lore about wolves.
Yeah, you got me there too, Rolo. One of the things that we do know about the Snake Mountain playset as opposed to Snake Mountain on Filmation, and I don't know which came first, but I have a feeling it was probably the Filmation Snake Mountain might have came first. I don't know. But this playset, the exterior is a repurpose of two different items, Motu items. The first was the Jungle playset that they were originally going to come out with. That was supposed to be He-Man's Jungle Home. It looked like a kind of looked like a jungle set. I could pull out my Motu book and show it to you, but
This is when he was hanging out with the villagers, the tribe of He, or
kind of like that. And the tribe of He is an invention of my own. So
oh, okay.
yeah, it was an unnamed tribe in the book, but yeah, kind of like that. I'm just messing around with this net here. I need to leave it alone and turn this playset around so you guys can see the outside of it.
I wonder if any of this came from prototypes that they had thought of using for Big Jim or one of the other lines.
I don't think so. I know that this face was going to be on a vehicle.
Oh, really?
And they repurposed the face to go with Snake Mountain here. So
it does look prettier from the outside, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's very this particular piece is very, very dirty on the outside though. I need to clean it up some now. There's a few things missing here on the outside. The bridge is missing,
Mm-hmm.
and the shackles right here are missing. They go here and here. Got
Right.
one shackle cuff here that the tab is still in here, but the shackle is broken off of it.
I imagine you can source those pretty easily from some of our friends on Etsy or other places.
Matter of fact, you're correct, sir. I've got a piece coming from Talos Dream Shop that should take care of that entirely for me.
Excellent.
And one of the nice things about the Talos Dream Shop is he has two different types of the shackles. If you want to buy vintage accurate shackles, which are kind of dopey, but they're accurate, he's got those. But he's also got shackles that are actually made out of plastic chain. So instead of being one piece, they're actually little plastic chain in there. So that's an option there.
Yeah, it makes sense to have individual chain links to
Yes,
put
and
your figure up there.
that's what I have opted for on my purchase was the individual chain links.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well,
now
even the eye stickers look good on this one, so it's in
yeah,
really good shape.
the stickers are in such good shape that I'm not going to worry too much about getting a replacement set from Zach Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we have here, we have the bridge.
Oh, okay.
And it comes in two pieces and it fits together like this so that it can be moved. And there are two slots on the outside of the playset.
Oh, I see. So you can kind of curve the playset and the bridge will move with it.
Correct.
So when you're opening and closing it, that's smart. That's a reproduction piece there, Bill?
No, this is the actual real deal here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there's a slot here that goes into, and there's a slot here that too. And there it is. So
Yeah, it would definitely be kind of precarious to walk across, wouldn't it?
yeah, and these rails go on it. So I've got one intact set of rails. I've got one set of rails with the bottoms broken off of it. And I've got one set of rails that's not complete and the bottoms are broken off of it. I've got repro rails on their way, and I'm thinking about maybe even in the future getting some small wooden dowels and making my own rails.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah,
Of course, those with a lick of paint would look pretty spiffy too.
they would, and with the repros coming in, and along with this one here that's intact, and maybe even fixing this one here with because I've got the pieces that go here and here. With a little bit of ingenuity, I might could fix those.
I imagine those are kind of prone for breakage if the
They
plastic
are.
is brittle.
They very much are. So that is Snake Mountain, everybody. And like I said, it's not in any by any means ready to go. It's ready to be restored. And
There's there's a whole bunch of detail there that if you were of a mind to, you could definitely do some custom painting on there and really make it pop.
yeah, and I've thought about that, and I've seen several different people who have done custom jobs on these, and it's not that hard. But like I was telling you, I think earlier when we were chatting privately,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, it's going to require priming and painting and all that. So it's just something that's going to take a quite a while to do. So.
Right.
And I'm not sure whether I want to tackle that or not. Maybe I want to keep my set vintage, as vintage minty as possible.
Yep.
So,
Well, it'll be interesting to compare and contrast when the new Motu Origin Snake Mountain comes out, because it looks like they've added some new features.
yeah, the Motu Origin Snake Mountain, I have a feeling it's going to be very much larger than this. I'm looking at the size of this compared to Grayskull behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from the doorway up here at the top, Snake Mountain is a lot smaller than Castle Grayskull as far as height goes. It's not as tall as Castle Grayskull, and so I'm thinking that the Origins one is going to be about the same height or taller than Castle Grayskull.
Right. Well, it does
So
make a beautiful display piece to put on the back of your display to have all your figures in front of.
Yeah, and that's what I got it for. Mainly is somewhere for Skeletor to hang out in, and I'm going to do Skeletor right. I'm going to restore this thing to as close to its former glory as possible. With what I have here, it shouldn't be too hard of a thing to do either. Most of the set was intact. Like I said, the only thing missing was the bridge in the front, which I have a replacement of. All I got to do now is to get these replacement railings to go with the bridge, and then there's one other item that's missing, and that there's a ladder that goes inside of it that looks very much like it's actually a remold of the same ladder that came with Castle Grayskull, except in a darker colored plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Dark green.
What was the point of the microphone gimmick? Just to be able to yell at figures?
Remember the mouth moves here. You got a lever inside to make the mouth move, and the microphone allows you to voice the voice of Snake Mountain or the spirit of Snake Mountain.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let's see. Have you been keeping up with the chat? I have not.
I've been kind of keeping an eye.
Let's see. Does anybody know what this wolf theme is all about? Yeah, we talked about that. There's not a lot in the lore. Jordell Fresh Breeze, hello. Wilhelm Toy and Hobby, congratulations. That's quite a haul. Wilhelm said he was driving home, just got home, and he and Bjorn were talking about something. Johnny Sorensen's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else
Yep.
is here. I think that's it.
Screw your
Everybody-
feelings. Yeah, I mentioned the cage and the throne. They're new features on the Motu
That's
Origin
correct.
Snake Mountain.
The Bone Throne will be part of the new Snake Mountain. I actually have a Bone Throne and a council table to go with my Snake Mountain. I don't have them handy to put in there right now, but I have some extra goodies to go with this bad boy. So just you wait. Stay tuned. And I did notice that the clips on either side that hold the thing together are intact. Those are usually
good.
broken. Those are usually broken. So that's another good thing. And just in case, I had already purchased another net and then everything. I didn't know if I was going to get the net with it. So that's kind of I kind of got more with it than I thought I was going to get. So pretty happy. I want to test the microphone later on tonight. I'm going to put a 9-volt battery in that and give it a whirl. But
Well, I'm glad you got a good deal on that. That definitely was something that'll look good with your collection.
It will. I think I can. I'm going to have to move the set around in the back. Of what I want to do is have Castle Grayskull on one side of the set and maybe Snake Mountain on the other.
Oh
I
yeah,
got, Skeletor needs a place to hang out too.
that's true. And the council table that you mentioned that you got third party, that's a definite thing that I remember from a lot of the cartoons. You'd have them sitting around there so he could yell at them and call them all boobs for messing up his plans.
Yeah, that's correct. Let me go ahead and kill the toy cam here and maybe get myself back to moving around some. I'm kind of, although I look frozen, I'm really not. I guess you can hear me well, can't you, Largo?
Yeah, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to kill the cam and start it back up again like I did a minute ago.
Yeah, we are not having good fortune with the technology gremlins lately.
Yeah. You've been bit too, I think, at least once.
Yes, sir. I was having some problems Sunday. The internet just did not want to agree with me for some reason.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah. I had to restart the camera there. I'm not sure what's going on when it does that, but it just needs to restart. And I need to figure out a better way of restarting it. But here we go. So you got any questions? Just ask them real quick because I'm not going to stay on too much longer. I've been on 44 minutes. I told Largo I didn't want to stay on more than an hour and a half. I think you had expressed some desire to see some of the other trap jaw figures with a compare and contrast.
Yeah, if you've got them handy there, Bill, I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, I think I can accommodate you there, sir. Let's begin putting away some things over here with the Snake Mountain so that we can do that. And I think we'll end off with that today.
All righty.
I want to put all these extra Snake Mountain bits somewhere where they'll stay safe. And
yeah, that's always the challenge. I have a lot of little containers. I keep bits and pieces, and sometimes I forget which box has got what.
Yeah, I experience that quite often in here, and it's frustrating. All right, so Snake Mountain closes, and you can't watch me do this. I kill the toy cam. Let's see if I can pull it back up. See if it'll come back up, and let's see if it'll pop back up. There it goes. All right, so toy cam. Now,
Yeah.
supposedly I can leave this bridge attached
Mm-hmm.
and close Snake Mountain up.
Right, because it's got that sliding feature to move with the two pieces.
Yeah, and that's
Theoretically.
theoretically, yeah. I think I'm going to take it loose. I'm going to take it loose. There we go. And we'll turn the whole thing around. And, I'm going to put the bridge pieces here along with the net. And this thing here just kind of just sits in this little spot here, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Everything stores up nicely when you close it. Yeah, I imagine those snaps on the side don't usually stay in good shape over the years, but yours looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, and they're significantly different from the way the Castle Grayskull overland closes. So that's another thing. We got our snake here.
Mm-hmm.
No, all this is intact, including the trap door here. So I got more than I bargained for on this one, guys. For sure.
I got to say, though, your custom painted gray skull is definitely a showstopper. It's a nice piece.
I appreciate that. It actually looks better on camera than it does in person to me, but that may be just because I'm the one who did it. You know how artists are about their own work.
That's true. You are always your own worst critic. That's the way it is.
And for lack of anywhere better to put it, I'm going to put this battle ram over here. I've got some Zach Paris stickers coming to replace the stickers on that battle ram. I can't wait for that. But, Zach just sent that stuff off. It's coming all the way from Australia, so it may be after New Year's before I get the replacement stickers for that.
Right. The way shipping is these days, it takes a little while.
Yes, it does. It can be a booger bear too. All right, so we got basically two trap jaw figures to look at, and one of them is the regular trap jaw figure that came out in wave 2 of the Origins line. And I'm trying to find which one of my cases that would be in. Here he is. All right. This one here is going to look more like he looked when he came out as a figure back in 1983. There he is.
Okay. Yeah, that's the colors that most of us are familiar with.
Now, mine looks a little different than what was released because the original Trapjaw figure had eyebrows, and the Origins figure had no eyebrows. So I added eyebrows back to mine because I think he needed them.
Adds a little more expression to the face.
Yeah, and of course, our mini comic Trapjaw there, he doesn't have any eyebrows either. So, and then the next figure, if I can figure out which one of these cases it's in, it's going to be in the case with probably one of these cases here. Let's see. Let's just see here. Nope, it's not in this one. Oops. Grab this other case.
Now, sculpt wise, they seem to be pretty much identical. Is there a difference in the head sculpt? It looks like one of them's a little bigger than the other. Or is that just my imagination?
The head sculpts are the same. The mechanical arm is the same. The chest buck is the same because it's got this piece here molded into it on both of them.
Okay.
The differences are Mini comic has the regular He-Man arm here
Mhm.
instead of the cyborg arm. The sideways look, you can see the
Oh, right. It's got the little ports on the side there.
it's got this piece here molded in, and
Hmm.
he's got an open hand with something molded onto his hand. He's just got a standard He-Man arm here with the bracelet and a looks like a closed fist.
Yep. Looks like
Yep,
the legs are different too.
that's correct. While the trunks are the same mold, the legs on this figure here have the I don't know what you call it, the boots and the thighs. He's got standard He-Man boots and standard
Hmm.
He-Man legs. All right, I'm looking for Cronus, and I'm not finding him. And I guarantee you he'll be in the last case I look in. I almost lay money that he'll be in the last case that I look in.
Well, as a rule of thumb, when you're looking for something, it's always in the last place you look.
You know why, right?
Because if you keep looking, that doesn't make much sense.
That's right. Because once you find it, you stop looking.
There you go.
And he's not in here either. What are you doing? I'll put him in one of these cases. Don't tell me I got so sick of him that I didn't put him in a case with the rest of the figures and I got him in a cardboard box that I don't know where he's in. That would be just like me.
Well, did you take some pieces off of the Cronus to make a custom?
No, I actually took some pieces off of a Stone Cold Steve Austin to make that custom Cronus.
Oh, okay.
And I swear I put him in one of these cases. And I'm not finding him.
Well, we'll take a look at it another time. Big thing is just to see the traditional Cronus next to this new mini comic version.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can definitely see the differences. He was a little bit more savage in the mini comic, it looks like.
Yeah, he was almost a different character in that one mini comic than what he turned out to be later. The next time that he showed up was in, if you see it back there, the storybook that came with Point Dread.
Uh-huh.
And he was more figure accurate looking in that one. Here he is. I found him. I found him. I had him in a case that I didn't think I'd put him into, but I see why I put him in that case now.
Bjorn says you should have asked his mom because she can find anything.
Oh yeah, that's what mom's superpowers have always been, is finding the things that you've lost.
That's true.
My mom was good at that too. All right, here we go. Oops. Now this is the Cronus figure that has been kind of modified. I added Stone Cold mechanical arm to it. And Stone Cold's figure did not come with the gun. All he came with was the hook and the claw. So, and Stone Cold also came with this jaw piece here. I added it on, and this piece here that you see on his chest is actually from a vintage Trapjaw figure.
Oh, okay. So it was a separate piece on the vintage.
It was, and when you pulled his arm off, you could take it off from the chest buck. Now, for those of you who don't want to take the chest buck off of a vintage Trapjaw figure, there's a fellow called Barbarossa Customs. He's on eBay. At one time, he had a website store, but I don't think that website store is active right now. Well, Barbarossa just posted a whole bunch of new things on eBay, and one of them that he posted was a reproduction of this chest piece for a vintage Trapjaw, and it's at a reasonable price, considering that it's not. Barbarossa doesn't do 3D prints. He does resin
Resin.
pour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's resin, and it's got a little bit of give to it, unlike a 3D print, which is more solid and brittle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do this custom, just get Stone Cold Trap Jaw, and then go to Barbarossa Customs and get you a reproduction of this chest piece, and that's all you got to have. And that's my 3 trap jaws.
Yep, that's a fine bunch of cyborgs you got there.
Yeah. Bjorn says he likes the bright green one. The bright green one is the mini comic trap jaw. That's what he originally looked like in the first mini comic in which he appeared. And I think I showed a picture of the cover of that. Let me see if I still got that up here. Ah! There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, did they ever explain what the circle hoop thing on the top of his helmet's for? Is that just
for a zip line? You put a string in it, and he can go down the zip line. As a matter of fact, he did it in that mini comic.
Okay. I just thought that was to tighten him up if he had a screw loose or something.
Boom. No. Here's another picture of it here. I can blow that up into a new tab.
So he was definitely more of a menace in that comic because he'd been kind of overpowered coming through Grayskull.
That, and he was also a really bad dude in the dimension that he came from. He was a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
See, who am I? Ha. Only a criminal on my own world, but now with the power from the castle, I am a god. And this shall be the first world that Trapjaw conquers. So he was pretty menacing. And once again, you can see his stripedy drawers a whole lot better in this picture here. And you can also see that belt. You know, I replaced the belt that came on my figure with a belt that more matches this belt here. It looks like it's got a round motif inside of it instead of just a skull and crossbones. You see that?
I do.
And you were talking about the zip line. Here is a picture of him on the zip line. Let me put that into a new tab and open that up where you can see that a little better. You see that there?
Okay.
Margo?
Yeah, that makes sense. Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. And I think the commercial also showed that. I've got a Trapjaw commercial, but it's mixed in with a whole bunch of other commercials, so I'm not going to pull that out right now. But that kind of gives you an idea of what he looked like in the mini comic. And as you can see, they did a pretty good job of matching that up. I think they did a better job with this than they did with mini comic Triclops, personally.
As far as the colors and such?
Yeah, colors and even the molds and everything. The only gripe I had was the belt, and of course Talos Dream Shop fixed that right up for me, so no problem.
Yep. Yeah, I imagine they went with that other belt because it has the clips to put his other arm attachments on.
Yeah, they did. They did. That's exactly what the deal was with that. So anyway, we're getting about up to the top of the hour. Adam just went live, guys. So if y'all want to hop over and check out what Adam just posted, I would certainly understand that. Let's see. He's got Master Universe arcade game live plus Toy Talk just went live 5 minutes ago. So
cool.
I will bid everybody adieu, and I'll run over there for a minute and check out Adam if y'all want to do that. Let's all run over there and just swarm Adam real quick. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's a raid. All right, good night, everybody.
Special thanks to these supporters on Patreon. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like and subscribe and share the video.